How's it going, people? I know it's been a while. We haven't been around. It's been a very long time since we did one of these shows. So let me introduce you, my co-host here, Scott, Mr. Scott Thaller.
What's
How you
up?
doing, Scott?
And no one can say they're first because I am first, other than you.
Oh man, yeah, I got you on Sean's show last night.
Now, should I be on private chat or comments?
You're good. Comments.
So nobody's in here yet.
So we're going to talk about John Wayne and Clint Eastwood because Clint Eastwood's 95th or 97th birthday was yesterday, and for Christ's sakes, the guy just came out with another Academy Award movie in the last 3 months. So 3 or 4 months.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah. He just keeps ticking, and we thought that John Wayne was the ultimate survivor.
Who's that, Corey?
I have no idea. Um, so let's break it down a little bit. John Wayne came out in the 50s as the singing cowboy. And then right after him, this little guy named Clint Eastwood came out in Wagon Train as Rowdy Gaines. And right away, the comparisons started between him and John Wayne. And in the early years, it looked like the John Wayne movies were going to take off, and John Wayne was going to be the biggest hero ever, and he pretty much has been until we get to after the westerns. The movies made after the westerns, I think, leaned heavily on Clint Eastwood's side. His Magnum series, his the Dirty Harry movies, that Monkey movie.
Every which way but loose.
That's it. John Wayne had a few good ones. His war movies were really good, but he never really reached the achievements that Clint Eastwood has made since his Western days, his spaghetti westerns. So I'm going to have to say that, as much as it hurts me, because I was a real big John Wayne fan back in the day, I'm going to have to go with Clint Eastwood has taken that title and walked away with it.
Well, I know John Wayne was in the Marines, wasn't he?
Is this Corey? Hello? Facebook user? You got to click on that thing that tells us your name.
Either that or write in the comments it's Corey or whoever it is.
Right. But kudos to him, still kicking at this age, man, and still working. And that's the amazing thing to me. Directing, acting, producing. Clint Eastwood is that's a man's man right there, isn't it?
Yeah, but he had to get away from the dirty, hairy, and tough guy stuff after he got to a certain age, and then he had to start doing.
Well, he's still basically playing a tough guy. The Mule, his last movie, well, he was kind of a tough guy in that, even though he's like decrepit. Hey guys, how you doing? Please, whoever's on the Facebook user, please click or at least tell us who you are. We can't see nothing, but it says Facebook user for your name. So, and me and you were discussing this earlier, and it got me curious. The top 5 leading men in Hollywood right now, and I don't want Hollywood's list. I want your list, I'm speaking to you in the chat also. Who are your top 5 leading men in Hollywood today? Scott, we'll start with you. What would yours be?
Well, the first one is probably not too popular with a lot of people, but I still like Will Smith.
I'm not going to argue with that. I like Will Smith too.
Ryan Reynolds is a good actor. Plus, he has a very good personality, and it shows through his films. Vin Diesel with the Riddick films and Fast and Furious. The Rock. I think The Rock's become
Dwayne Johnson. Yep.
Become a really good actor, and He's teamed up with some other good people, like was it Melissa McCarthy?
Yeah, I'd say Dwayne Johnson's the supreme actor out of the WWE people. I mean, John Cena does make some good movies, but as far as acting, I think Johnson's got the acting chops down pat right now.
And then Kevin Hart. I like Kevin Hart. I think he's funny as hell. A lot of people don't like him. They don't think he's funny at all.
I love Kevin Hart.
I don't like his stand-up comedy because all he does is yell. But like in a commercial, he says, "Don't yell. That's me. That's all I do."
Could be Chris Rock too. Chris Rock does the same thing, that whole yelling thing. A lot of them do that.
Do you understand the words? They're coming
out of my face.
my mouth.
Okay, I got about the same list actually. Idris Elba is the top of my list. Idris Elba is a great actor in my opinion. Of course, he's British, and there's a whole different thing in England about acting. You go to these acting schools, acting classes, and you do Shakespearean stuff before you even get a chance at movies and stuff over there. So the actors in England have all been they've paid their dues. Um, Denzel Washington is still top notch in my list.
There's Sean. Hi, Sean.
Hey, Sean, what's up, buddy? Denzel Washington would be number 2 on my list, although I might have to make him number 1 or 1B, 1A with Denzel and Idris Elba.
He's going from his first job to his second job.
Let's see that. And then your third and fourth. The guy is constantly on the move, man. I don't know how he does it.
He's young.
Yeah. Ryan Reynolds would be third. Let's see. Fourth, I would have to put. That's a good one, man. Who do I want in there at fourth? Dwayne Johnson. Yeah, I'm going to go with Johnson at fourth. And then fifth, I would have to go with. Oh God, I know it's cliche, but I'm going to say George Clooney, man. Clooney's been a great actor our whole generation. So.
Yeah, one of my old school friends was in what's it called, Flying High, I think.
Yeah.
He was the husband of the lady that George Clooney was having the affair with when he went to his house or her house.
Yes, Sean. Hey, Ray Kennedy, how you doing, buddy? Hey, Ray, if you want to join us, I'll drop the link to you, man. Absolutely, on Golden Girls, yep.
Ray says good.
All right,
Does that mean he wants to come on?
Yeah, I'm going to drop him the link.
Just as long as this doesn't turn into a Buccaneer show.
No, this is not sports. This is movies.
So while we're waiting, do you think Will Smith has ruined his career by slapping Chris Rock?
I don't think so. I think that's just Hollywood drama.
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about anything in the works for Will Smith since.
Oh, there is actually something in the works with Will Smith right now. Let me look that up. He makes great TV, guys. I'm sorry.
Clooney was in a lot of shows back in the 70s, early 70s. He was on one of the hospital shows, too. Can't remember which one.
Oh, he's doing Emancipation, a production for Apple streaming site right now. Will Smith is.
So he's just on production, not in it.
Well, he's in production. They're in post production for it. So he is in it. And they're doing Bad Boys 4 still, but no determined date is set for that yet.
Well, the writer's strike is still on, isn't it? And they haven't cleared that.
Yep. Yep, as far as I know of.
Because I'm still waiting for Stranger Things to come
I
back.
was trying to think of that, Sean. That's exactly where he started at. St. Elsewhere. That was a great show too.
I'm surprised Sean's old enough to remember that show. Hey, there's Ben Cornett. It's now the Golden Boys. He's talking about us, I guess. Is that what you're talking about, Ben? Is us, the old guys?
No, George Clooney's probably the last of that generation too. The Golden Girls generation, because who else is left there? Betty White's gone. Maud's gone.
All of them are gone that were in the Golden Girls. Betty White was the last one.
I've got a far easier list when it comes to the top 10, top 5 leading women. I'll go ahead and give you my list right now. That's and I just went blank in my head. Go ahead and give me your list.
Yeah, thanks a lot. God, I can't think of her name.
Okay, I got it. Karen Gillian, number 1. Karen Gillian, number 2. Karen Gillian, number 3. Karen Gillian, number 4. Karen Gillian, number 5 is my list. That's it. Her work in the Marvel movies, her work in Doctor Who, everything that she's ever done, I've loved. So yeah, Karen Gillian's it for me.
Well, I got the same thing. Halle Berry. Who was? I can't think of her name now. The gal that was in Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Son of a bitch, man. Well, we're great reviewers, aren't we? We can't even think of the names of the people we know.
Well, you gave me like 5 minutes notice before the show came on. She was married to Brad Pitt. The guy from Sling Blade.
I know. You.
Jessica Alba supposed as they have the same father.
Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, Angelina Jolie. I like Angelina Jolie. I kind of lost some. Hey, Ray
Kennedy, how you doing, sir?
What's up, brothers? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, let's get Ray's 5 top leading men.
Yeah, let's go for it, Ray.
Okay. Tom Hanks, number 1.
Oh man, I didn't even think about Tom.
Yeah, me neither.
This is a good one. I hadn't thought about this. I didn't. I heard the end of your list. I think George Clooney makes that list just based on his body of work and the fact that he is such a significant actor. But I'm also going to have to go. You know what? I'm going to go Robert Downey Jr. because I go back to Chaplin. I go back to movies he did in the 80s. And
Chaplin
of course,
was great, man. Yeah, that was a good movie.
Great actor. So that's 3. I got to put Michael Keaton in there because Keaton and Hanks were my guys. They literally, I copied everything I knew about comedy and physical comedy. I copied from those 2 guys. And I'll give you a 5th one. Did you say Jason Momoa, Johnny? No, you said Dwayne Johnson.
No, Dwayne Johnson, yeah.
I'm going to put Dwayne in that list because number 1 for his body of work, but his acting on HBO Ballers, the movies, and what that cat's done, and the fact that he's a genuinely great guy. I truly believe that. So, yeah, that'll probably be my top 5 right there.
Man, what a list, dude. You just come in and trashed me. Just trashed me. Although I'll put Denzel and Idris Elba against anybody.
Yes.
All
you
right,
know what?
Where's your top 5 ladies?
I'm going to go local. Angela Bassett graduated from right down here, Boca Ciega, or in St. Pete. I want to try to go older, but I'm trying to be respectful. But the movies that I will run to see, you know what? She plays the witch. She plays the witch in the Marvel movies. What's her name? Her sister's also.
Yeah, the twin sister, the Olsen girl.
Olsen. So Elizabeth Olsen.
Elizabeth Olsen, yeah.
Her acting chops. After watching what she did on Disney's with the anyway, watching some of her work, love her. I'm mesmerized by her acting. And then the list kind of gets tough. I mean, there's some great actresses out
Well, you
there.
can always go. You can always go like me and use your stand-in. I got Karen Gillian, man. It's. I know not a lot of people have watched Doctor Who. I was one of those guys who started when I was a kid watching Doctor Who
Mm,
on the BBC network, or actually it was on PBS. Remember back in the day
yeah,
on Channel 3, PBS, and in out of what was it, WTBS or whatever it was called in Florida there.
yeah,
Um,
PBS, yeah,
um,
WEDU, but yeah,
EDU. That was it. That was it. Right. Uh, I started watching Doctor Who back then, and I'm a. It's the longest running science fiction show on TV right now. So it's still one of my favorites. And over the years, it's gotten so much better, so much good, very
you know
good
what,
English.
Kathy Bates.
Yeah, Kathy
Ever
Bates is a hell of an actress.
after some of the movies she did, and I mean, like hell of an actress. Yeah, so you guys are talking about movies. Have you guys had a chance? Do you guys want to see? So my kids want to go see Spider Verse Monday night or Friday night, and it's a cartoon. But I saw the original Spider Verse, which was the cartoon based on a young kid. He's a teenager
Miles
growing up,
Morales. Yep.
and I loved it. I love the original. Went and saw this Friday night. Loved. Now I fell asleep twice because I'm an old man. It was late, but I still woke up in time to catch everything. But the thing about these movies is, and you guys may notice this, maybe it's happening in a lot of movies these days, they throw so much at us and they don't even wait for you to catch up. They throw so much at us, but our brains function, as we're transitioning through multiverses, there's like lines being dropped through each verse in like a second drop. But somehow my mind, even at the advanced age that my mind seems to be in these days, is catching these things. Do you guys notice these things? Are the movies being programmed to us, or are we being programmed to these movies?
I think we're being programmed to movies, but it started with me because I've been a comic book fan all my life. I mean, I still collect.
Mm.
So it doesn't really surprise me, but Disney is helping us out with these TV shows.
Oh,
Instead of
yeah.
cramming them all in 2 hours, they're putting a movie into 8, 10 hour segments and stuff, right? So that does help us out a lot. Helps people catch up. But if you haven't, I don't know. I love the Spider Verse. I love the first one, and I've heard nothing but good news about the second one.
It's awesome.
So,
Hey,
and
It was
Christopher
awesome.
Cole, thanks for stopping by.
what's up, Chris? How you doing, buddy? Oh
My
man,
guy.
Hoffman and De Niro. How did we leave Hoffman and De Niro off
Oh
our
my God.
list, man?
Oh my
Holy
gosh.
shit.
Oh,
Sean, man, you called me out, bud. You got me.
Sean.
Sean's got a sharp mind. He's young. I'm 60.
Yes.
You're 65. I don't know how old Ray is. He's not
70,
Sean's
72.
not even supposed to know who Hoffman and De
Yeah,
Niro
right.
are, man.
I'm
You know-
surprised. I'm surprised Ray left out Halle Berry. Everybody loves
Oh,
Halle Berry.
love Halle Berry, but she's been so off the grid in the last, decade. I love her work, but then, didn't pop into my mind real quick. So,
That's another story right there. We're gonna have to discuss. Johnny Depp may be out in Pirates of the Caribbean. Disney said they're going to do the show with or without him. So
when it comes to Johnny Depp, did we crap the bed on that one? Oh, sorry. I had to.
I don't know. I still remember him in 21 Jump Street, the original.
Yes.
Johnny Depp to me has always been Johnny Depp. It's kind of like Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage is one of my favorite actors, but he's always Nicolas Cage. I don't care if it's in Ghost Rider or one of his offbeat movies
Yes.
or Raising Arizona.
Raising Arizona.
Whatever, man. He's always Nicolas Cage. I mean, and his range, he can do a lot of things as Nicolas Cage,
Yes.
but he's always Nicolas Cage. So you don't never see Nicolas Cage not being himself. That's kind of
Although-
how I judge my actors is they got to have that
Step
range where they
outside.
can, yes.
I will tell you though, my favorite movie of all time, this is no lie, is the Family Way, or The Family Way. It's the Christmas movie. Every year, my wife finally bought me the DVD. It's the one where he's a big hype. Him and Tia Leone, and they were together and they're not, and he's a big stockbroker and she's a lawyer, and then Don Cheadle gives him a look inside of what his life would have been had he stayed in Jersey and did the right thing. And that's one of the movies, even though Johnny, you're right, he does kind of get back into his Nicolas Cage character once or twice in a movie. It's probably the farthest I've seen him get outside of his range as far as, showing his acting chops.
He just did a movie where he doesn't speak the entire movie. Well, he didn't just do it. It's been out for about 3 or 4 years, but I just saw it not too long ago, and I cannot remember. It takes place in like a rundown ass Chuck E. Cheese like place with animatronics, and it's a horror movie, but it's hilarious, man. And he doesn't speak the entire movie. Now that was the biggest stretch I've ever seen him do in his career, and they're going to make a sequel to it already. And it came out straight to, as far as I know, it came straight to video. You know what I mean? And because Nicolas Cage will take any kind of work.
You know what, Scott? Now I'm thinking about this, Johnny. You work it back. I'm going to go ahead and throw Adam Sandler on there just for the work he's doing on Netflix these days with the movies he's doing and the range he's showing. Probably stepping up to be one of those great actors.
I have to admit that he has gotten so much better in his acting.
Yeah,
he was stuck in his Happy Gilmore stuff.
Billy Madison.
Yeah. So I overlook him constantly, but yeah, you're right. He has picked it up a lot.
He's doing more mature movies now.
Con Air was one of the best movies ever by Cage.
Oh, brother. Yeah. And you know what? That's probably the furthest he's gotten away from his character.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Because he kind of was very stoic, but not that Nicolas Cage kind of stoicism we're used to seeing.
And the mullet sold it for me.
The mullet, yeah.
I was
until Aaron Rodgers ruined it.
I was doing the imitation of, what was it, Johnny 19 or whatever it was. They had him handcuffed when the plane crashed, and
great character, because you're like, don't let that guy off the chains, and he ends up sitting at the table with the kid, and you're like going, oh my god.
Can you get that now?
Now that was wasn't that, you talk about some great actors, just look at the Quentin Tarantino movies alone, but you talk about, who was that actor? He was a former fireman, and now he's been in a couple of the Happy Gilmore movies and stuff, but he was in Con Air. He played was he the crazy guy? No.
You talk about Bug Eyes.
Bug Eyes, because he was also in
I keep wanting to say Marty Feldman. It's the wrong guy, but
it's gonna come to me here in a minute. But
same kind of look.
He was the guy that was singing with a little girl and playing dolls with him, and
yes, yeah. and then also he was in
Boardwalk Empire.
And he was a fireman in real life, and before he became an actor, and now it's driving me crazy. That's going to be the bane of my existence, is going to be coming up with his name.
Hey, Steve Buscemi. While you're driving.
Thank you, Facebook user, whoever you
Who was
are.
It?
That was
Who
a
was
good one.
Steve Buscemi. Yeah, Steve Buscemi. Great actor. Go back and look at his character in what's the Meteor movie with Willis and Ben Affleck. They're I don't want to live, I don't want to miss a thing. Okay,
Willis
that was
and Affleck.
Yeah, they're on. They put them on a meteor. They're drilling in, trying to get the meteor to blow.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
Hi, Jim Melvin.
What is the name of that movie?
I don't want to listen.
It was like one of the big. It's got Liv Taylor is in it.
Yes. What's gonna come now? God, I'm sorry, guys. This is the way my brain works when I'm not talking sports.
You're
Scott,
not the only one. Me too.
Can we talk Buckside and get back on par? I'm kidding. Johnny,
I wanted from sports for a while.
I want to tell you guys what I saw today, and I'll leave you on this first because I am working. So thanks for having me. But
yeah, glad to see you coming in,
brother.
You
dropped the invite. I'm like, Johnny and Scott are going to get in there. This morning I went to bed, passed out last night, had a couple of beers, woke up this morning, and we have YouTube TV, and it somehow jumped over to Smithsonian Channel, and it was Aerial America. which is, you guys know, is the shows where they have these great aerial views of all of America, different places. And
Yep.
Johnny Dean, you'll be happy to know, when I woke up, it was on Pittsburgh or Pennsylvania. And I'm like, oh, I loved it. They covered Heinz Field and all this, and Penn Station and everything. And of course, they had to mention, Coach Paterno and that issue. But
I hope the air conditions were better than they are here today, man. I mean, we're getting all that smoke from Canada right now, and it's horrible outside. You can't go outside and breathe.
is that because of Faubert? Is that what's going on there? All the smoke
It
from
might
Canada?
be. It might be him or Alex.
Brothers. Hey, brother. Hey, thanks for having me, man. I enjoyed the show. I'd love to get down with you guys again sometime. I appreciate you.
Well, loved having you on, man. You want to promote yourself a little bit?
No, just I love coming on with you guys. Thanks for having me, man. I always be coming in here, and let's get together and talk some. I'm gonna think about that. Nope, I'm gonna let you go. I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right, bud. Talk to you later, man.
Casper.
That was great having Ray Kennedy in with us.
Yep.
Armageddon. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Christopher Cole and Ben Cornett. I could not think of the name of that damn movie for shit.
What am I gonna do without you?
Well, that screwed up my entire list of top 5 actresses. You guys got any in there yet? Jim Melvin, Christopher Cole, Ben, Sean. You got a good list of 5 actresses there? Throw it there. Yeah, you got to compete with Ray Kennedy there, man. That was hard to beat him. Okay, no. Let's move on to best action movies. Best action, and we just named a bunch of them, man. Con Air, Armageddon. Man, there were some good ones in there.
I like the Fast and Furious series. I like Riddick. Did you
I
see
like Riddick, but if we're gonna put it in top 5, I'm like, who said Gone in 60 Seconds and Con Air? Those are 2 of my favorites.
that was Christopher Cole, I believe.
Yep. Christopher Cole. Yeah, those are 2 of my top 5. I'd have to add. Oh shit! What was that movie? Drive with Nicolas Cage in it. That was a really good one, even though I didn't like it. Predator. Which Predator is it now? Wasn't the Schwarzenegger Predator was okay, but to me, not the sequel, Predators was better. And I know I'm going to get ripped for that because nobody likes Predators, but I thought that was a much better spin-off with them being on the Predator planet,
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
I actually like the second one.
The one with Danny Glover.
Yeah, when they were in the museum and they were throwing the things and they found it and pulled it out.
Apocalypse Now is another one of my favorites. I got one more list. Let's see. Who can I come up with? I love Pitch Black, man. Pitch Black was a great movie.
Yeah.
It compared really well with Pitch Black and Alien, the original Alien. To me, I'll go both of them for number 5. I can't separate them.
What about Harry Potter?
It's your turn. You name yours.
Well, Harry Potter. I like the Riddick series.
Good one. That was a good one too.
Full Metal Jacket. Yeah, that was a good one. I just watched. I think it's called Hacksaw Ridge. I just saw that on a.
Yeah, that was a good movie too.
I used to be in I'm older, so I was in like Combat and all those shows that.
Well, so was I. I love Midway. The original Midway with John Wayne. That was a really good fucking movie.
Yeah, everybody in my neighborhood thought I was going to turn into a Marine or something because on my birthdays and Christmas.
I keep forgetting about that series. Those first 2 movies in that series, I love the hell out of. Oh, I guess I should have mentioned John Wick because John Wick 4 is out now. And they've already.
I thought they stopped production. I thought they stopped production on that.
No, 4 is out. 5 is the one that's in production.
Okay.
That's an oldie. That's got to be Jim Melvin. That's got to be Jim Melvin saying that one.
Escape from New York?
Yep. John Carpenter movie. The sequel was Escape to L.A. from L.A.
That was actually part of that was filmed in St. Louis. Escape from New York was, I think, entirely filmed because
Yeah, Ben, I know.
there was a Gold's Gym across the street from my mall that I worked at a long time ago, and the Von Erichs came in with God, I'm missing names. Terry Von Erich came in with the guy that's with Goldie Hawn.
Kurt Russell.
Yeah, Kurt Russell and him were working out in the gym when I went over to visit with him for a while. They were pretty cool.
You can't if you're going to talk war movies, you can't leave out Saving Private Ryan. That was one of the greatest war movies of all time, I think. That ranks with anything you can name.
I have to be honest, I watched it, but I kind of lost interest in it. I don't know why. I forgot.
We had Kill Bill 1 and 2. They were great. Jeez, you guys are bringing it tonight, man. Train to Busan was a really good movie, too.
I know it's not going to happen, but I was always hoping that E.T. would have a sequel.
Steven Spielberg?
Yep.
I can't really consider that an action movie, though. That's more of a family drama.
There was a lot of action in it. E.T. running and hiding. And...
Well, there's action in every movie, but an action movie is based completely on the action of the movie. A Matrix, my Matrix was getting confused trying to keep up with all the sequels of that show, movie, man.
Well, you know what kind of action movies I like, but I'm not going to say what.
Yeah, we'll leave the Pornhub action movies out. Yeah, 1917 was a really good movie too, Sean. That was.
How about
Fury Road was
Titanic?
good. Ha! Did you read my article on that?
Who, me?
Yeah. It's funny you just said that because I just wrote an article on it.
Yeah. About the fantasy type thing where
well, that was for a history group that I'm in. And histories can be deleted so easily.
Hey, Ben, this is for you with Pulp Fiction.
Glory with who was the man? Denzel.
Morgan Freeman.
Got
it typed in there.
The white boy. What was his name? Matthew Broderick. That was a good movie. It was.
Oh, you know a movie that I like was Biloxi Blues.
Biloxi Blues, yeah.
Was great. It wasn't an action movie, but it was funny as hell. Jim likes Saving Private Ryan.
Yep. It was. Tell me you can't watch that knife scene and not cringe. That was so cringeworthy. It was pathetic, man. That was a very powerful scene. Strangely enough, we haven't had any mobster movies mentioned in these. Goodfellas was quite a bit of action in Goodfellas.
Godfather.
Come on, what's his Scarface? Scarface was all action, man. There was.
Want you to meet my little friend? Hey, Sean bought a book. I didn't know he could read.
Just kidding. Man.
Just kidding.
Casino was a good movie. I think they've overdone the. All right, there's two franchises that I'm kind of like over. That's the James Bond franchises and the Mission Impossible franchises. The Mission Impossible franchises I can rack up to. I've never been a Tom Cruise fan, so
I like Tom Cruise. I don't like his. I don't want to get into politics or religion, but he kind of threw me off that. But I do like all the Top Gun movies. I think that was pretty good. But I actually like the first. I actually like Top Gun better than I like Top Gun Maverick.
I haven't watched Top Gun Maverick.
Oh man, I lost my prize now. That's all right. Andrew will make sure I get a prize.
And since we're talking about Jim Melvin and his books, I'd like to bring these back up. His Death Wizard Chronicles. Jim, I don't have one of your newer books pictures, so I'm sorry I don't have that for here. But
Forged in Death.
Jim
Hey,
Melvin,
Jim, which one is the one you wanted me to get? Because I think
all of them.
Well, I'm going to start with one.
Well, Forged in Death is book one of the Death Wizard Chronicles, which Scott, you'd love them. Trust me.
Sean, the Reunion was.
Believe in Magic is his last book. He just published.
Yeah, Sean, the Reunion was pretty good. I won't go deep into it, but I actually was the originator and the main administrator, and I appointed 3 women, and we were getting in it. I bowed out, and then they contacted me and told me they were leaving, so I had to get back on it again, and then they didn't like what I was doing, so I got kicked off, so I was mad. So I didn't go to the main dinner. I was boycotting it, not only because of that, but because the cost was prohibited, where a lot of my friends that I wanted to see wouldn't come because of the cost. So
I want to ask you guys in the chat this one: has War of the Worlds been done enough? Can we just end that saga? I mean, there's been 2 or 3 television shows, and God knows how many movies about War of the Worlds, and it's just it never took off for me, man. The original War of the Worlds with H.G. Wells was great. I loved it. The sequel with the first movie, well, I don't know if it was the first movie, but the first movie that had Tom Cruise starring in it,
I thought that
was
movie
pretty
was
good.
Yeah.
And then after that, it just come on, man. I've had enough of it. It's the same story over and over again, guys.
Well, some history behind that some people may not know of.
When the suicides, you're talking about the suicides and shit.
The parents were giving their kids an overdose of aspirin, and they thought it was real.
Yep. One of the biggest hoaxes of all time, man.
I'm surprised he didn't get run out of the United States on that one.
The Italian Job was good. But that's what everybody knows. So anybody watching, go to Jim Melvin's website, pick up the book, Do You Believe in Magic? And leave a good review.
Yeah, I was going to pick up a book, but I've been so busy with the reunion and
it's $2.99 for the audiobook right now. $2.99. You got that much change in your pocket. Come on, guys.
I want to see which book is being given away. So when I win that, and it's an autographed copy, I don't buy the same one.
JimMelvin.com. Thanks. You're welcome, Jim. Anytime. Man, you've done enough for me, brother. And besides that, I wouldn't be pushing it if it wasn't great reading material. These are some great books, people. I haven't read this new one, Do You Believe in Magic? But I can testify that the Death Wizard Chronicles are fantastic reads, man. That's just, he takes you into a whole different world of fantasy that just you don't get that on in movies today. You just don't. And he doesn't hold back on the brutality or the sex. I had to throw that in there for Scott.
All right. Which one has the most sex in it? That's the one I'll buy.
I would say the Death Wizard Chronicles, but I don't know. I haven't read Do You Believe in Magic yet. So
I'm hoping I can say I know Jim Melvin when it gets to be a movie. You don't get a prize, Scott. Oh, we discussed this. That's not what Andrew said.
Well, with Sean's shows, Sean is your prize there, dude. How you like that? Well, we've been running for about 39 minutes, 40 minutes here, and I wasn't going to go too long. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show today. The new one is for 13 and older. No sex. The Death Wizard Chronicles are 18 and above, and yes, has a lot of sexy. Yes, it does.
Give us lots of likes and shares because we're a new show. And
Yes, please like, share. If you're watching on YouTube, follow us on YouTube, like us on YouTube, and share us to your friends, man. We need to build a little following here, okay? Because hey, the Entertainment Review, we're back. We'll be we haven't got set dates yet for our shows. I'll have to get with Scott here to get that going. And you guys enjoy, and hey, watch a movie.
Well, if it was a great break for